welcome to Friday night's video in our second Master Series. I do believe this is 57th video in our second Master Series, the 6th video on our basic processors, and the 5th video on dealing with equalization. So in this video, I certainly hope you enjoyed the last few videos, and the last video was very important. You will find it's probably one of the most important videos you ever seen in your life as far as working your processors. That is your opinion. And I cannot tell you what your opinion is, and your opinion might change in different situations. I'll give you an example so you never question that again. I am Bob Buttnut from Master Series. Everybody loves me from Bayqueer, Baywatch or something, and I made this great saying. This is how I do my oboes on this big production for the symphony. And then I got oboes that I had to put in a mix for this pop song for Whitney Houston. I did them like that. And then I got these oboes and I put them in this other production that was going with this country guy. And the oboes had to be done like this. And that's my opinion, and that's how they worked out in the mix to sound good, to make the whole production sound good in the situation they're in. That's my opinion. That doesn't make it completely right. That's my opinion. You're going to have to form your own dang opinion, and it's just a fact of life. Now, the other thing is that is just real. As you understand that, then you will question yourself less. You will question yourself more of whether or not you're making a good opinion as far as you are opinionated self is concerned, so that you can start honing your opinion. And you asking everybody under the sun whether or not your opinion sucks or not, you will never ever hone your opinion. You may become to emulate someone else's opinion, but that is not your opinion that's going to make you a master audio engineer, that you go in there and do this to Bob's cellos on his country song, and you don't have to call Chris Lord Algie to see if your opinion is okay, because you know, and it sounds good to you, and they like you, and so then they're going to give you lots of money. So I hope that makes that clear, and I hope that's not too comical, but it's very true, because I cannot teach you your opinion. And if I went like this with the oboes and somebody came to me and said, is that okay? And I said, you like it? And they say, no, then your opinion is sucks, and you change your opinion. And then they go, okay, well, no, I do it like that. Do you like it? No, I don't. Then your opinion sucks. Change your opinion. Well, I did it like that. Do you like it? No, I don't like it. Well, I did it like this. And for this production, my opinion, yeah, actually, I like that. Sounds really good with the other oboes and the violin, and it just sounds good to me. I like it. Okay, that's great. Have a nice day. Click, off you go. Understand? And then that, I know that sounds ridiculous. You can teach people about things like the equal oddness contour, sweeping, stages, all kinds of stuff, but you can't teach them their opinion, because there's some situations that I might do this oboe just like this, bro. I'm telling you that I get in there and I got this oboe like this. Why do I have my oboe pan like that? And they'll go, you're an idiot or something. You have no idea how to use an EQ. Why would you do that with an oboe? Because this is in this trance production that I'm doing this for this strange guy that lives up in the mountains in Germany, and he's really weird trance club dance guy, and he's got this thing going on, and the oboe sounds great like that. It's going along with, he's got this synth patch that goes, and then the oboe goes right there, and it's awesome, dude. It sounds great. I love it. That's how I did the oboe in that production. Okay, so, there you go. That's the cut and dry of it. So keep that in mind, and you are on your way to becoming that next level master audio engineer. So now let's talk about something else so that you can get on your way with honing your opinion in different situations, and with some knowledge and some information I've tried to provide you to help you get there, and some push that's your opinion. Ride with it, bro. It'll improve as you improve as an engineer, but you have to work and do some stuff with your opinion, and opinions change, as will yours, as you become better. So, and later on, you'll think your opinion is improved, which is debatable, but you know what the heck. Anyway, so this next thing we want to talk about is automation. So in automation, we really want to talk about a couple different things. The first thing is every section, every moment in time is important. We talked about this in the last Master Series, and I want to reiterate how important this is for you, no matter what processor you're using, to become that next level master audio engineer. That is, I've set up the stages of the equalizer like we talked about. And I went in there and with my equal loudness contour equalizer, and my two sweep EQs, I've set automation up on each one of the parameters. Sounds like a lot, doesn't it? Well, I'm getting ready to tell you why. Because when I went through here, I set up my equalization on my test captures like we talked about in the first master series, and then I put it on the whole track. And I did some fine tuning on it until I was pretty happy with it. Now I'm going through there and flagging stuff. Bap, bap. This is one section. This is the verse. And so I've looped it from here to here, and that's this verse section. Now I'm going through and flagging it because right here the lady goes, and then I want to go high, and right when she sings high, there's too much high end. I mean, I can hear hiss or something going on. I gotta go fix that with automation. Then she goes along, and then she hits this. She does this wavering thing with her voice or some other thing, and it sounds all funny, like it needs to be cut around 500 hertz or something, and da 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 da, on and on and on and on. So I've gone through this whole section and done automation on the EQ for that section, and then I go to the next section and do the same thing. Now, a workaround around that is sometimes you can take, this is the chorus section here. So I've cut it, I've drug it to a new track, and I've set up stages of EQ separately for that chorus because it needs to be EQ'd that differently. That is an option sometimes, as long as you don't have 500 tracks for one vocal, across one production, unless it's 12 and a half hours long, which you might. So I don't know how big a productions you do. I do some big ones sometimes. So, I love, if it's songs under 12 minutes that sometimes I'm thinking I just ain't putting enough into it. I'm just slacking. So that's okay. I feel just like everything's an opera. So, I mean, there's no problem with that unless you're trying to deal with a pop production, which they're going to have a bomb baby fit. So anyway, that is a huge thing to get in your head so that you really start working on every moment in time is important. You do your static EQ, like we talked about, with your static EQ and your dynamic EQ. Then you got to go in and start doing it with automation, flagging issues so that you fix every moment in time. The whole production, that verse sounds great except for this one section. And all your ass had to do is go in there and drop the EQ a little bit right there. Right there, you need to cut that out a little bit just for a second or two, or for that small moment in time to make it sound really good. Otherwise, it sounds really bad and it makes your whole production sound bad. So go in there and start learning how to use your automation on your EQ to fix those problems. That way your static EQ sounds as good as it can, and then you go start fine tuning it for each individual moment in time. As you get better, your workflow, your speed will improve, and it's okay if it takes time. Some people, they'll say, well, you're trying to teach people to die in front of their mixing board. The mix will never be done. Well, when you first start out trying to do a really good job, you may feel like you're dying in front of your mixing board during your first few productions or your first album until you start to get a workflow going. That's okay. Don't worry about it. You are trying to become that next level master audio engineer, and that is part of it. So don't kick yourself around about that, and you're trying to formulate your opinion also. So that takes time also. Then you go through and listen to it. You might change your mind. You might go, oh, well, I had too much on that, and now I'm not. And then I'll listen to it again, and well, now I'm not. And then I'll listen to it again, and I think I need to do that. And, it's like, don't worry. I've been through this, and my EQ starts looking like this. And it's like, I think that need to go there and like there. And then I'm like, no, okay, that's it. I'm going nuts. And I'm not doing that. Okay, fresh clean, let's try this again. I've gone through that I don't know how many times because trying to formulate my opinion here when different frequencies are a problem and when they aren't a problem, A-Bing it back and forth during little sections like that or what's going on until I get comfortable with my own opinion. That's okay. That's part of you becoming that next level master audio engineer, and especially the EQ. It's one of the most important tools you have. People will talk about the EQ like it's no big deal. They get on there and I just boost a little bit there and I subtract a little bit there and I did this thing like that. My mix is perfect. So then off we go off to the Ritz with Beyonce and Whitney Houston, and we're gonna have a great party. Duh. Well, it's like, if you look at it that way, you are not going to be at no kind of party with Whitney Houston and Beyonce. You're just not. So, well, no, I mean, I don't take that back. You might be. You might just be an idiot that they love. I don't have no idea. But let's just go ahead and bet that you're not, and you might want to do a good job. So let's focus on that. So you taking that time and really working on that especially in those last phases and this automation phase of you flagging these things. No matter what you hear, as you get better, you will start to see these as footprints, things that are changing as you're EQing throughout a performance, and you will start to recognize these as basically quote unquote footprints, things that happen normally, things that ain't cool, things that are cool, things you can let slide, things you can't let slide, things you need to fix, how to go about fixing them, your opinion of how to do that, and this never ending thing of your opinion changing, because it just does as you get better. I've seen some people that they're, how do I get better? That's how you get better, bro. And it's like, it doesn't necessarily mean that you, I don't know how to say that without deterring you, because it's like I hear some people and this guy's happy as crap. He's done his EQ on this like this, and I think it sounds horrible, dude. I can't stand it. I think it sounds ridiculous. I don't like it at all. But he loves it. He's got this production going on, and to him, and for some reason, it sounds awesome. He is so happy. He's just jumping around, just happy, just fucking dancing around like an idiot, and he's happy as a clam. And I'm like, all right, cool, bro. Have a nice day. Nah, off I go. But myself, I mean, none of that would have happened. There's no way, because I don't like it. It doesn't sound good. That's my opinion. Okay, so, no matter how good the guy is, and especially innovative stuff, you might be trying to do something unique or different, to make it sound just a little bit different. That's okay. Go ahead and step out on a limb now and then, but understand what you're doing. Understand, take your time. Don't be in a hurry, and especially with your automation, checking stuff and fixing stuff and enhancing things that, it might even be up here that you got a different idea of that. I've said one thing, but you got a different idea that is awesome, and you want to give that some more air. And it's got this nice hissy sound that really goes good with the hissy sound on the violin. And I don't know, and to you, it's like awesome, and you've made the exact opposite decision that I would have made, and you've enhanced it, and it's like you're just happy as a clam. Oh yeah, and it's like, but you took the time to investigate it, to formulate your own opinion, and do something that was enhancement as far as you're concerned to make your production come out sound that much better. So, this is why I try to get you into messing with your EQ or your automation with your EQ, so you can come to those things, so you can have those moments and become that next level master audio engineer, that there's 5 or 6 points across here that you did some automation work on that you got done. You're just like, oh yeah, dude, that just did it. You're just like added this little thing right here, and then it made this right there, and I don't know, dude, and whether and not, it's like this natural thing like Whitney Houston, and then it's just so smooth and cool like an R&B record, or it's like this trance thing, or it's this reggae thing, and you add a little bit of grungy rhyme to it, or you boosted it up high and it sounded funky for just a second. Whatever it was, you took the time to fuss with it and play with your EQ and make every moment in time important, and started looking at it that way so that you can get to that next level and do some really cool stuff. So I hope this video didn't sound too comical, but I'm hoping that it's a key factor in making you work on your opinion, trust your opinion, work at honing your opinion, and start investigating the possibilities of some things you can do to enhance things, to make things stand out, to make things more subtle, to take away a little edge off something that's, maybe, counteracting with something else. Because you get done doing this, you might do it again when you mix these vocals with, all of a sudden the violins, the cellos, and distorted guitar come in, that all of a sudden, I don't know, I go back and check that out, and I need to make this more subtle, I need to make this more aggressive, I need to make that a little lighter, I need to make this stand out a little bit more, and this one, and that, da. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's a work in progress that you will find the more you work at that like that, and you start fussing with your automation on your EQ and start working at it, all these worlds of possibilities of things you can do as you fix an individual track, as you mix subgroups together, as you go back to individual tracks when you're mixing subgroups, as you mix subgroups together and go back to those individual subgroups that are part of the whole mix, back to the individual tracks to do things, and da. And your equalization is one of the biggest tools that you have to make things sound good and to give things differences in their own their own flavor and their own style and their own da. So it's going to be immensely important for you to really take that in consideration and start working on that to make you that next level master audio engineer, besides just doing a good job on a static production that's like some kind of pop song. So peace, hope, love. I certainly hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.